Hi, everyone. I wanted to highlight what I think is a fairly important issue that could potentially save you a lot of grief. Let's imagine that I'm working through my dictionaries assessment piece. So here's I'm acting right now as a student. So I'll come on here, dictionaries, and I've got some code in here. Um, if I were to accidentally hit this reset button, reset my workspace, it says my workspace has been reset. Oh, I thought that would erase everything. Yeah, it did reset everything. It's all been erased. I don't know why it didn't erase it right then and there. I don't know if it's because I'm recording the screen. But anyways, the key thing is that you can end up losing a lot of data. So that's not good when you're working in this student environment under the this sort of classroom under assignments. What I recommend instead is that while this is here, you actually open up a My Repl.it. So I'm going to open that up in a new tab. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create these are the most recent ones I've done. If not, I just hit create Python 3. And so this is my dictionaries assessment piece, right? Probably I've got something. Oh yeah, I changed my coding environment. By default, you'll have side by side. So I'm going to give this a name. Oh, this is my dictionaries assessed work. And now I can paste my code here. I don't know why my machine's not. I need to restart my machine. But what I can do here, I can create a new file. Right, so we had, I think we had a students.txt, and I can grab the text from students.txt, copy it, paste it there, and looks like I've got an honors.txt, add honors.txt, and that's empty for now. I'll come back to my main code. Can I get my main code? Okay, so that now I've got some code. So I'm going to make some changes here. I'm going to run it. Okay, what's your guess? This is some other code, but I'm going to do another thing here. Print. Here is a change. I run that. And then I think, oh, wait a minute. I didn't want to have that here as a change. And what did my code look like before? Everything was working well. So up here when it says saved, it might also say history for you. If I go and click on that, it will show me the various versions that I have. So this code has been worked on today only, on February 20th. If you worked over multiple days, you'll see each of the days there. And then under each day, I can expand what my options are. So when I first was working on it at 217, this is what the code looked like. At 218, when I ran it, I had added, right, the following code. Here is a change. Then I looks like I deleted a space line, and now this is where I'm. So I removed this print and added here as a change. It's showing me the various versions of my file. So you could be working on a project over here for days on end, and somehow hit the backspace and not mean to or whatever. And now, I can Control Z to undo, but I hit the backspace and then I run it. Now I hit Control. I don't know if I can undo. I can still undo it, but anyways, it's just it's so painful when you lose all your work. And here, I certainly can't go back to what it looked like, 3 days ago. Whereas if I'm doing it inside of my Replits, I have access to that. If this was the file that I wanted, I could say now restore this version. And now I can go to my, okay. And if I expand it, I still have all the different code, but now it's got a version. I go to a dictionaries assessed work. If I now come back to my history, there should probably be one at 220. No, there's not, but it may not have saved it yet. Go to dictionaries. Anyways, that is a very useful feature. So you can be testing all of your code here, and then when you're done, you can copy this and then send it back in here for submission. The other thing that a student was identifying to me today is that the text files, normally in Python, what should happen is that as soon as a file is closed, then the information should be updated inside of the text file. In Python, it really only seems to update after the program terminates. And then he was having some issues with that. In fact, his text file is updating while in this assessment area. So that's something to be aware of. If you are developing and you think your code should be working and doesn't seem to be updating your text files, this other student that I was working with today, he was having more success with the text files properly being updated inside of my Repl.its. You don't need to code online in Repl.it. You can develop in your own environment, in your own development environment. But that's something to be aware of, is that there has been some reported issues while working inside of the student version in the assignments. When you're opening text files and trying to write to them, code is not, the data does not appear to be writing all the time successfully to these text files. So that's something to be aware of. If you've got questions, please let me know.